this is Citizens Hotline with me, Kavita Krishnan, the show where we tell you how you could demand services that you are entitled to as a citizen, as a taxpayer from your local governments, and how to ensure you get the services you deserve. Joining me today is Arvind Mehta from URJA. URJA is a collective of resident welfare associations based out of Delhi. Arvind, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's start with some good news. Now, after Mirror Now's relentless coverage, which highlighted the water crisis in Gurugram, the Deputy Commissioner of Gurugram has written to the Hydrology Department and has asked them to submit a report within 7 days regarding the tanker mafia and illegal supply of water. Now, this letter comes after the BJP MP Raman Malik, who was part of the urban debate on the Gurugram water crisis on this very channel on Mirror Now, wrote to the DC regarding the acute water shortage and irregularities due to tanker mafia in Gurgaon. So essentially that's a big impact because of the relentless coverage by Mirror Now. Let's in fact listen in to Apurva, who got us this report earlier today.
Mirror Now's relentless coverage has once again forced the authorities to act. The Deputy Commissioner of Gurgaon had written a letter to the Hydrology Department of Gurgaon asking for a reply within 7 days regarding the acute water shortage in Gurgaon and the prevalence of water mafia in this region. In fact, his letter came right after BJP spokesperson Raman Malik, who was part of our urban debate on May 11th, where we discussed the acute water shortage in Gurgaon, had written a letter to the DC on May 12th. And this is the letter that I have in my hand, where it states that in regard to the water situation in Gurugram that was discussed on a television debate, and various complaints had come from residents of Huda sectors and other private colonies. It was only after this that the DC had sent a notice to the Hydrology Department asking for a reply within 7 days. In fact, the Hydrology Department in its reply has said that 22 teams have already been formed to probe various cases of tanker mafia that is prevalent in this region. In Gurgaon, this is Apurva Sridhar for Mirror Now.
Also listen to what the Hydraulic Department had to say on these developments.
हमने सुप्रीडेंट इंजीनियर को, एमसीजी सुप्रीडेंट इंजीनियर को लिख दिया है इसके बारे में जल्दी से जल्दी इस पे कार्रवाई करके और इसके बारे में अवगत कराएं, और डीसी साहब को इसकी कॉपी कर दी है। इसमें रेगुलेशन के लिए हमने 22 टीम्स बनाई हुई हैं, जिसमें जिस एरिया का जो टीम पड़ता है एरिया जिसमें, तो वो उस समय पे उस पर कार्रवाई करती है। इसमें टाइम टेबल हमने डीसी साहब की जो कॉपी आई है वो साथ लगा करके भेजा है, तो उसके साथ में ही डीसी साहब को भी अवगत करा दिया गया है कि इसके बारे में अवगत कराएं, जिससे डीसी साहब को हमने इसके जवाब दे सकें। गर्मियों के महीने में जो पानी का कंजम्पशन है वो बढ़ जाता है, और जैसे जैसे जो गर्मी कम होती जाएगी तो ये रिकवर होता जाएगा। वैसे भी सप्लाई रेगुलर आ ही रही है, इसमें कुछ छोटी मोटी कमी है तो उसमें समय समय पे इसके बारे में उनको बताया जाता है कि पानी की सप्लाई बढ़ाई जाए।
In fact, we also spoke with Raman Malik earlier today, and what he also assured us is that in the interim, in the short term, while this probe is going on and all of these long-term steps are being taken, what is also being done is that all the pipes that are supplying water to Gurugram, the pipes will be repaired as soon as possible. What he told us is that work has already started on fixing those pipes, and those pipes will be repaired as soon as possible. Also, he said if citizens have any complaints, they should get in touch with either the government or with the Municipal Corporation of Gurugram. But moving on from there, Gurugram seems to be inching close to a solution on its water crisis. But that's not really the case across the country. Manisha writes in with a question and says that we've been facing serious water issues near the Pirgadi metro station in New Delhi. We've done everything possible, she says, but the situation is the same. What can we do? Arvind Mehta, what can citizens like Manisha do in this regard?
I think Manisha should knock the doors of the Delhi Jal Board authorities. They have got a junior engineer which is looking after the distribution system, then there is a zonal engineer, and then there is an executive engineer. The problem is that is of the infrastructure. At so many places in Delhi, we have got a very, very old water system and all the pipes, they are corraged, they leak also, and lot of loss of water is also there. But the best way is to approach the zonal engineer of the area of the Delhi Jal Board, whosoever is there. I think it comes in West Delhi, 2 or 3 or 4, whatsoever it may be, and everything should go in black and white. They must write, and it should be kept as a record. And then they should have their own group, a watch group and a pressure group, which can put pressure on the AE, JE and executive engineer of the area to ensure that this problem must be over within 2 to 3 days. I agree that in the summers this problem always persists, but then you have to be very, very vigilant and you have to be very, very accurate. I would request Madam Manisha to be very, very vigilant, and she should lead this, movement, and she should take the area people along with her, go and sit in the office of the executive engineer, and she should warn him that, look, this cannot be tolerated at all at any cost. They must get the water regularly. That is very, very important. So the person whom they have to contact for all this is executive engineer, zonal engineer and junior engineer of the distribution of the water of that particular area.
Arvind, also tell us this. Now, like you said, Manisha should get the community together and contact the executive engineer, the zonal engineer of the Delhi Jal Board. But in case action is not taken, how long, what time should they give to these officials to actually follow up on their complaint, to take action on their complaint? And after, in what intervals should they actually be following up with these officers?
Not more than 48 hours to be given for the rectification of the system. And then there are higher authorities also. There are so many other people who are sitting in Varunalaya at Rani Jhansi Road, which is the headquarters of the Delhi Jal Board. Chief engineer, water sits there, superintending engineer there, and then member water is also over there. Member water. Look, this problem cannot be solved by the politicians. It can be only solved by the technocrats or the technical people who are looking after the system of the area for the distribution of the water.
So essentially you need to keep following up over there, give them 48 hours and then go back to them and follow up on the question. The ideal thing to do, of course, take their phone number, and like what we've been told on the show, take their phone number, distribute it among the residents, among the members of your community, and ensure that everybody keeps calling them up. At least that way they will know that you are in pain and they will come and solve your problem. Moving on, we have Vinay, who's a resident of North Delhi. And he says that right in front of my house, I see heaps of garbage lying around. This invites diseases like dengue and malaria. I do not know what to do. I've approached the municipal authorities several times, but there is no response. What should I do? Arvind, in fact, the Delhi High Court just yesterday has wrapped the state government and the MCDs, pulled them up, in fact, on this very issue. This is what the Delhi High Court had to say. The Delhi High Court said, are you waiting for people to die from dengue and chikungunya? This is what the High Court asked local civic bodies over their unpreparedness to deal with these diseases. The bench also observed that it seems that local bodies do not care about ordinary people in the city. The MCDs were wrapped on issues of waterlogging and asking why only posh areas are being cleaned in Delhi. So the MCD over the High Court, the Delhi High Court over there, taking a very, very stern stand, very stern line over there on this entire garbage crisis that we can see on your screens right now, which can snowball into a mega health crisis as well if not checked in time. Arvind Mehta, what can citizens like Vinay do?
Kavita ji, I must tell you one thing. I had been a part and parcel of the design team of Delhi in 2008, in which we were trying to fix up the system of segregation of the garbage, and that was regarding the biodegradable and non-degradable wastage which is collected from the houses, and then of course it comes on the road. The question is that this is a very serious matter. On one side, our Prime Minister is just vouching for and is very serious about the Swachh Bharat. But on the other side, you see heaps of garbage lying on the roads, which is very, very dangerous. In my last time when I came to the Mirror Now, it was the subject was swine flu, dengue and chikungunya. And I'm telling it to you, I'm very much surprised that in the month of January, the swine flu has surfaced, which can never happen in such a temperature when the temperature is 4 to 5 degrees, but that clearly shows that how much clean our city is. I would request them, these people, to approach the area councillor for this purpose. Since the new councillors have already come on their hot seats, they are sitting over there, it's more than a month, it becomes primarily their job to see to it that their ward is kept clean. And they should also involve along with them the sanitary staff, the sanitation staff of that particular area. There is a supervisor, there is a superintendent, and so many Safai Karmcharis are there who do their job relentlessly. And I'm telling it to you, these people should also form a task force in their area and ensure that every day they should meet the sanitary inspector over there and get the garbage removed. And if it is not removed, then the deputy commissioner of the area concerned or the zone concerned of the municipal corporation, he must be approached to see to it that this is done thoroughly every day. We have got a system where I stay, there is a van which comes every day in the morning and collects garbage from door to door. There are dalaos also. Dalaos are being cleared every day 2 times. Then we have got dustbins at various places which we vouch, we see, we make it sure that they are cleared at least twice a day. So they have to take an initiative, and I've told you, first of all, they should meet their councillor. They should ask the councillor to call all the sanitation staff over there, and they must see to it that the staff works prominently. That's all.
Right. Arvind, also you spoke about how you in your own area, how you have managed to get the area cleaned up. Now, how important is it for residents of an area to come together, and how can we as residents ensure that this work is done? What do residents need to do?
Look, Kavita, I must tell you one thing. We have got so many systems in Delhi. There is no panchayat in Delhi, and RWAs are working as panchayats. They are the catalyst. They bring each and everything at the forefront, and they see to it, and they see to it the logics also that the job is done. We have got a system. This RW, my RW is very, very strong. We have got 22 members consisting of the executive committee as well as the office bearers also. We ensure every person has been allotted a different work to be done. Like the street lights, like the roads are there, the security of the areas, there are so many things. And we all come under the banner of the URJA, United Resident Joint Association, which heads at least 4,000 to 5,000 RWs in Delhi. They keep on doing the conclaves also, seminars also, symposiums also on different matters, on the air environment, on the pollution and so. So I tell you one thing, first of all, we must understand one thing, that where we are staying, we must have a body over there which should represent the people, the masses, the residents of the area, and which should work very hard and in tandem with the authorities like BACS, Power or TDPL or MCD or the local police station, and the Delhi Jal Board, of course. So I would request these people who are being unnecessarily troubled for all these things, they must have first of all their own group over there, own group, and it should be a very strong group. And I would also request them, if they want to contact the URJA, they are most welcome. They can come under our umbrella from time to time through the letters, through the media, through the newsletters. We keep on people abreast of the latest positions so far as the civic amenities are concerned.
Right, Arvind. And in fact, Shreya has also written in with a very similar problem. She says, congratulations, Mirror Now, on your relentless coverage on the garbage crisis. Thank you, Shreya, for that. She says, I've been following your campaign. We are a group of residents in South Delhi. But due to garbage menace, some residents are facing severe health issues. What is the municipal corporation doing about this? What can we as citizens do? What you can do as citizens, of course, is get in touch with your local councillor. And at the risk of repeating what you just said, Arvind, if you could just take her through the steps of what they need to do to ensure that their area is cleaned up.
First of all, I must thank you that Mirror Now is in reality, it is a mirror. It's a true mirror to expose the misdeeds of the authorities, let it be bureaucracy, let it be technocracy, or let it be whatsoever it is, or let it be public servants even. And I must tell you one thing, RW is similarly again a mirror. It's a mirror. We tell them the shortfalls, we tell them the shortcomings, and we ask them to do the action also, take the action also, and to satisfy the people also. That is very important. I would ask the madam to straightaway approach the deputy commissioner of the area, citing one reason, that if this garbage takes the shape of the epidemic, who is going to be held responsible? Certainly, the Deputy Commissioner of the area is the person who is only responsible for all this, because he is the commander of the forces, he is commander of his team and everything. He must ensure, he must take daily reports from the sanitary staff, from the sanitary supervisor, from the sanitary inspector, and then he should visit the places physically also to see to it. He should have at random checks and see to it that why not the garbage, they have not been cleared, why the garbage is lying on the road, why the vehicle which is moving to collect the garbage is not on the roads. This is something very important. They should also have a pressure group, and they must form the pressure group with one motive, and that motive is service before self. They have to serve the masses in this area.
Exactly.
That is something very, very important.
Right. And like Arvind pointed out, the officer in the hot seat over here is the Deputy Commissioner of the zone in which you live in. Also, this is a person that you need to get in touch with, and this is a person that you need to chase to ensure that your area is cleaned up, the garbage in your locality is picked up on a regular basis. But as citizens, you need to be vigilant about it. The other person you need to get in touch, of course, take this opportunity, build a rapport with your local councillor and ensure that your councillor does the job that you voted him or her in for. Mukund writes in next from Gurugram and says, we've been facing severe health issues from the last few days. It's because of heaps of garbage piled up in front of our house. What do we do? Whom do we approach for help? Arvind, the city changes, the problem doesn't. What can Mukund do? Who does he get in touch with in Gurugram?
Mukund faces the same problem as we face here in Delhi, and fortunately there is a very strong municipal corporation in Gurgaon also. There is a strong municipal corporation over there, and I think the people, the residents over there are very well educated, and since they have got very high standards of living, they will not tolerate all this nonsense what is happening over there. I don't know where Mukund is living, but Mukund should become the person who should lead all this movement over there. The same thing, he can gather the people over there, of his area, of his colony particularly, and pinpoint those points where the garbage is lying and where the garbage is not being lifted. This is something very important. Look, it is a natural, it is a phenomenon. Every day the garbage has to be removed from the bins, from the dalaus, twice a day, ensuring, and then the sensitization has also to be done. That has also be done. It has to be washed properly, it has to be kept neat and clean. That is very important. Mukund, I would just advise him only for one thing. He has to follow the same path as we follow in Delhi, and he has to contact the area MLA, because there must be a corporator also over there, because Gurgaon being a metro city now, it has got so many problems, and these problems are cropping up, and they'll get multiplying also till they put an end to it through their efforts and their aggressive efforts. They have to be aggressive. No violence should be there, but aggressiveness must be there, and they should also try to carry along with them the residents of the area.
Right, ensure that you build a community of residents who are obviously facing the same problems that you are facing. Get in touch with the corporator, get in touch with your area MLA, and of course, write to your municipal corporation. Get in touch with, there would be a solid waste management department, there would be an officer over there. Get in touch with that officer, write a letter, write a mail to them, explaining what is the problem, and ensure that you keep following up on that and make this complaint in writing, which is very, very important. We have Indresh on the phone line from Lucknow. Indresh, what is your question?
My question is, I've been staying in this area called Vikalp Khand, Gomti Nagar. It's in Lucknow, and I've been staying here for the past 6 years. The road next to our boundary wall has never been swept for the past 6 years. And there's a small drain which is going up to about 3 kilometers. There's a lake adjoining our resident welfare society, and that drain is full of polythene bags. And it's and there's a small piece of land where people are defecating in the morning. They're coming there, they're sitting in the morning and just dirtying the place.
Right.
There's a small sabzi mandi also next to our house. It's swept in the morning. All the garbage it comes in the rickshaws and it's all dumped over here, and it stinks. It's impossible to stay.
Indresh, have you
somebody
tried getting in touch with your local municipal corporations?
spoken to all the authorities concerned, even the Lucknow Municipal Commissioner, the LDA people. Nobody bothers, nobody. I've even written my complaint on the helpline, given my complaint on the helpline. There's nobody has come. I've even spoken to the Safai inspector. He says, I'm not in charge of that area. You go to the LDA. So everybody is passing the buck to the other guy.
Right. What can he do, Arvind? Here's a problem where he's spoken to everybody possible. What can he do now?
I have listened to this problem, and I must tell you one thing. Lucknow is the hot seat of power. It is something which has come out visually also. And the Chief Minister is staying over there along with his cabinet, And the city where you have got the center of power, and which is the capital, that has to be very, very neat and clean, because you have got all the accessible things over there. You have got a corporation over there, you have got MLAs over there, you have got PWD, you have got everything. I was listening to him. He was just talking about the plastic bags. First of all, why not to ban the plastic bags, which is very, very important. So many states like Uttarakhand is there, Uttaranchal is there, so many other places are there. Unfortunately, in Delhi it was banned, but still you see that it is moving like anything, Plastic bags must be banned. They are very dangerous. They choke each and everything. They choke the sewer system. They choke the stormwater drain system. They choke the animals also. That is the first thing. Number two, as he was just telling that nobody is prepared to listen to him. Nobody. I would request him to take a small delegation and meet the PWD minister over there or the urban development minister over there, and he should bypass all the authorities whatsoever in the way. As he has told me that the commissioner, municipal commissioner is very, very evasive. He is not ready to listen to him. Why not to bypass him? Let him go to the boss, and the boss is the urban development minister, who sits very much in the Lucknow, and he should try to pose the picture that look, this is the Lucknow where we are staying. As he told that he is staying in the Gomti Nagar or that area which is so beautiful, and I'm telling it to you, who are the people who are spoiling that area? They should be brought to the book. Number two, he should not go alone over there. He should take everything in writing. A noting should be there, and then he should have a time frame from them, and he should request the minister also. He should invite him, he should invite the minister on a cup of tea and ask him to visit that area. That is something where let the problem be faced by these people, let these people answer, let the people who are involved in all this, let the mafia be there or whatsoever it may be there, but at least his satisfaction will be there that he has gone to the top cop, to the top person who heads all these departments, and who is equally, the minister is also equally responsible for all these things. Not only the municipal commissioner, because the condition what is telling is very, very pathetic. I would request him that he should have a small delegation, good people, educated people who should go and put up their problem exactly across the table and talk to the Minister for Urban Development.
Right. And Arvind, very quickly, if there is no action after that also, then would this situation call for an RTI to check on the status of action on each of the complaints that Indresh has made?
Definitely. The first thing is Mirror Now. Mirror Now is the right channel which can expose each and everything. You should keep on the track on all this, what Indresh has been talking. And number two, RTI is always there. But there are certain departments who refuse even to cater the RTI. But in RTI, we have got one thing which is very good, that after 30 to 35 days, it turns into the not only the notice, it turns into the case, Then you can go through the cases, and I'm telling it to you, definitely, they will win the cases, hands down, I'm telling it to you. Because it is a clear cut,
right,
and very clear that there is some sort of negligence at the part of the civic agencies.
Right, and Indresh, so this is what you need to do, get in touch with the PWD minister or the urban development minister, go in a delegation. If you do end up filing an RTI, remember to very specifically ask for what action has been taken on each of your complaints along with the file notings. That itself is enough to prod the municipal corporation or the department concerned to act on your complaint. With that, of course, we come to an end of this episode of Citizens Hotline. Arvind Mehta, thank you very much for joining us, answering all those questions. And any questions related to civic issues, send them in. We will help you with answers. We will show you how to get the government to work for you. Thank you for watching.